Mets season is over, 6-0 your final from Citi Field. From a season where the Mets were in first place for 175 days in the NL East, September struggles against teams under 500, a series sweep against Atlanta that costed them the division, and now a pathetic performance in the wild card to end the Mets season in utter disappointment. Chris Bassett struggled, going just 4 innings in this one. He gave up 3 runs on 3 hits and 3 walks as well. All 3 of those walks coming with 2 outs, and 2 of them coming around to score 2 runs for the Padres. The Padres' 7, 8, and 9 hitters, especially Trent Grisham, carried their offense, going 4 for 6 with 4 walks, 4 runs scored, and 3 RBIs. Edwin Diaz gave up 2 runs out of the bullpen to ice this one and make the score 6-0. However, this game was lost at the plate as Joe Musgrove absolutely carved up the Mets lineup, going 7 innings, giving up just 1 hit and striking out 5. Before the 6th inning, Buck Showalter came out to chat with the umpires about a potential cheating situation with the Padres pitcher. Social media had caught him with shiny ears. He was touching his ears throughout his start. There was also an increase in spin rate from the Padres pitcher from his season average. The umpires ended up checking his ears, but they let him stay in the game. Whether he was cheating or not, one thing for sure is that the Mets could not hit Joe Musgrove all night long. The Mets offense finished their season with just 1 hit and 0 runs over 9 innings. A dreadful performance that I'm sure is going to haunt them into the offseason. For the Padres, they celebrated and they will advance to play the Dodgers in the NLDS. Here's Buck after the game on the tough loss.
This sports is so, gratifying, and so many great things happen. It's just cruel too at times like this, because I feel for the players because they put so much into it, and we're such a special group. It's like I just told them, it's not always fair. I don't think I've ever had such a good blend of good people and good players. In a lot of ways, you hope it's a stepping stone. It drives you in the offseason. I know it will be, and Billy and I know the players. Hopefully we can gain something from the pain.
As Max Scherzer said on Friday night, baseball will bring you to the highest of highs and the lowest of lows. And that's your Mets season, the highest of highs at times, and now the lowest of lows at times. Lots of things to blame. You could blame the Mets trade deadline. You could blame bad starts from Scherzer down the stretch. You could blame lack of offensive production when it matters most. And more, obviously, results of this struggling end to the Mets season. The Mets are going to move on into an offseason where they will look to re-sign Jacob deGrom, Edwin Diaz, Brandon Nimmo, and many more free agents. Here is Jacob deGrom on free agency and tonight's loss.
You're sunken anymore at this point?
I haven't really thought about it. It's disappointing that we lost tonight, and that was the goal, to move on, and the plan was to be going to LA, and that's not what we're doing. So haven't really thought of it right now.
What do you hope happens for you over this next season?
I don't know. I'm not going to discuss any contract stuff. It's just we're disappointed we lost the baseball game tonight.
That's going to wrap up the Mets season, and that's going to wrap up my coverage here with the Mets. I've spent 2 years covering this team for WFUV Sports. Obviously very disappointed to see it end like this for a team that obviously 101 wins and a lot of potential. However, learned a lot along the way and a lot of amazing experiences over the last 2 years. And for that, I am very grateful for WFUV Sports. So signing off for the final time from Citi Field, I'm Sam Davis, WFUV.